Welcome everyone back, and by I mean back. This is the 4th edition of the FISE World Series, and we're here in absolutely beautiful Canada. Yes, Edmonton it is. We were in Denver a couple weeks ago, but we are here now for the second stop on the North American side of our tour. And we are here for the mountain bike freestyle, the Slopestyle contest. I am Ryan Meyer. I'm going to be your host today. I'm joined by none other than professional mountain biker and superstar right here, Rheeder. Yannick, man, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well, man.
Apart from your leg, we can't quite see that on camera, but you had a little accident, didn't you?
Yeah, you know, little crash in Whistler.
Yeah.
So I couldn't ride there, but I'm here. I wanted to come to see the boys and enjoy the really good weather. And never been to Edmonton, so I'm pretty happy to be here.
Yeah, neither have I actually been to Edmonton. Vancouver, born and raised, but never ventured all the way out here to the Saskatchewan River Valley. You know, little known fact, you could fit 22 Central Parks in the River Valley here. So we are in a massive, massive area. It's amazing for festivals, really big stuff happening out here. The sun is shining, the riders are ready, and we're about to get going for this world tour. So talking about the world tour, this is FISE, and we started off in France, of course, the traditional FISE, 20 years going, and it was Montpellier where we started off. That's where everything has happened. Give me a bit of a rundown of Montpellier, you know, for FISE, Yannick. Like, it's an absolutely amazing spot, but the crowd and stuff, how is that for, you know, for sports?
Well, to be honest, for me, that was my first event. Like, that was the first French event as a pro, and it's the best for me. Like, as a French dude, you know, you want to be there, you want to shine, you want to do your best. And yeah, as you said, the crowd is insane. Like, the French crowd is always the best. Like, it's not because I'm French, but everyone said it. So yeah, so many people is there, everyone loves it. That's the best contest ever.
And what we want to do here with the FISE is we brought it all the way around the world. So we went to Osijek, Croatia, then we made our way to Denver, Colorado in the United States of America. We are here in Edmonton, Canada, and for the last stop of the tour at the end of October, we're going to be going all the way to China, Chengdu, China, where we are going to be finishing off the tour. That is the 5th and final stop this year. So, looking at the course right now, a traditional slopestyle course might seem a little bigger than this. This is a gold event on the FMB World Tour, but this is quite an amazing selection. You know, we were talking before how you're able to take this course, and you know, one can even build it in their backyard for training purposes, and there you go, you have a world-class slopestyle course.
Yeah, as you said, I mean, it's pretty good. Like, all these kids, like, I guess they have like their jumps in the backyard so they can practice on those features. So everyone is gonna be really good right here. You know, like everyone. I mean, we've been watching the practice for like an hour, and everyone is really comfy on it. And yeah, I can't wait to watch what they have. You know,
it's you know, it's an amazing thing actually happening here, and it's, you know, it's quite cool to just talk about the course. But it would be very nice to have a bit of a course preview, and I think actually none other than Manigani had kind of like set everything on bar and kind of got his little course preview going for us yesterday. So I think we would be able to take a look at that if that is ready to go shoot. And I think that would be a nice way to kind of walk our way through the course. Give a little viewer's perspective.
All right, all right, all right. Looks like the sun has just come out enough so we can throw down an event.
Okay, let's go.
Man, oh man, it's boiling up here. I don't know how hot it gets here, but I'm boiling. I might have to lose my sweater. Edmonton, what do you think so far of these riders? What do you think of the jumps? Are they big enough?
Yo. Bam, Manigani on course. So you see, it's quite a, you know, it's a standard straight set of rhythm. It's going to be, you know, that big first drop. That drop is quite large, isn't it?
Yeah, the drop is pretty big. I don't know how many foot or how many meters it is, but that's a pretty decent size, that's for sure. And the wind is definitely not helping out because, you know, the sun is out, it was raining in the morning, so the wind is gonna pick up in a bit, but it's definitely pretty decent size for the first drop and the first jump. And then those two last jumps are like regular size jumps, so.
Yeah, so it is, and it is quite large jumps. You said it is a large first starting drop, and the wind could be playing a factor. I mean, we are looking at complete beautiful skies and amazing sunshine right now, but when we all woke up this morning at 8 o'clock to start practice, it was pouring rain, and this was not able to kind of work through. So hopefully the weather is going to be on point. But actually, let's kind of move into our discussion. Let's talk about kind of what the riders, or who is going to be competing in this contest. Yesterday we had a qualification actually, which is, you know, the nice thing about FISE is it's not like some of those other massive prestigious invitational only events. At the FISE, you're able to have an amateur contest as well. So this is the one unique selling point kind of as the FISE World Series, is that amateurs are all allowed to go in and enter the contest at the start. And like we did here in the mountain bike, we took 10 qualification riders and put them into the semifinals here today. So let's talk a bit about the format here for semifinals, Yannick.
So yeah, as you said yesterday, we had top 10 guys during qualification. All of them went through the qualification, right? If I'm right?
Yeah.
So then today we have...
Yeah, so then today we are going to have those 10 riders who have advanced and come through into the semi-finals, which is just going to be happening right now. And that's joining the top 20 FMB riders, which are presented as of the reserve. And then plus the 2 wildcard rankings. So we have as well 2 wildcard rankings here. So, and I'm actually just getting a little bit of extra insight. We do have 33, so there is going to be another surprise who I think, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be none other than Nikolai Rogakin, Mr. Spinner himself. So as we see on screen there, it said 32 riders, but we are going to be having 33 with the addition.
And quite the riders out here today.
This is the second edition of the 3-part World Series of the mountain bike here on the FISE. So looking at the rankings, actually, Yannick, you are sitting in 3rd position. That means at Montpellier you came 3rd, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly. I had a really...
Followed by a 4th feature, which looks like it...
Oh yeah, but first we're going to talk about Jeannot. So yeah, Thomas Jeannot, the actual leader of the tour.
Yeah, so yeah, like I was saying, Yannick, you finished 3rd, so you were right there. You were battling with Jeannot, and this is what it looked like. His first place winning run in Montpellier.
Really stylish 360 on the first one. Like
so much style out of this rider. I really like how he's kind of came into things.
That track was really tough, you know, because
yeah, that roller section was very difficult for
yeah, everyone had like trouble through that because you had to be really technical and then you're really nice, greasy cork 7 the last. I couldn't beat that, you know, I tried my best, but he's too good.
But you did as well do some amazing stuff. If I remember correctly, the tail whip off that top drop, which was, you know, nobody was even touching that. With the railings, the metal railings came all the way out to the end. I mean, that's some amazing stuff as well, and so disappointed that you're not riding out here today.
I know, tell me about it, but you know, part of the game. Sometimes you have to chill out and then get your body fixed and come back for better.
Yes, so we are getting ready for some of our first riders to drop in right now. I believe we would have Paulson Griffin, but they are potentially just waiting to get going. I think it's a little longer, if I'm checking my clock, a little longer for the practice session to be going on, and then we're going to be getting into the finals. Let's take a look at your start list right now. It's Paulson Griffin, and then we are going to have James Davidson, Bryce Starling, Nicholas Hilton, Peter Comstock, Alexander Christholm, Simon Kerrer, Scott Thorne, and Horn Riley, Matt Dennison as well. That's the top 10 that just came out of the qualification. As we're going down, you see your massive kind of list. Mitch Chuby, #1 in there. Max Meyer, rider, German rider who's been doing really good. Reed Boggs, amazing guy. We've been seeing him really step up his game in Whistler, especially. Paul Genovese, Tom Zaida, Louis Rabot, Anton Bizet, Anthony Mazzeri, Medigani, Brett Rheeder, Thomas Lemois, and Nikolai Rogakin finishing it off. So those are going to be your 33 riders here today. They're going to be pushing through that, so a lot of action happening out here at the FISE. It's a really nice environment that, you know, you have all the action sports kind of mixed together. It's not just one mountain bike contest, not one BMX thing. We have everything here at the FISE. Okay, so it looks like Griffin Paulson is ready to start for his first run. And
There he
is
is, dropping in.
Dropping in on little tag on that first jump there.
Yeah, he didn't get enough speed to clear that first jump. He cased a little bit, so he couldn't go through the second one. But no worries, bud. You got a second run.
All right, up next is James Davidson, all the way from Victoria, Canada.
So next one is James Davidson, all the way from Victoria.
So as the judges are going to be plugging the scores in there, it's going to be a 10. So obviously you're going to try and make your way all the way through the course. But I mean, big ups to these first 10 riders. These were the riders who made it from the qualification and got that invitation spot into the semifinals, along with all these top FMB riders, the top mountain bike riders in the industry. And James Davidson dropping in here. He's making his way down the course. Straight air on the... cork 7 and holding it.
Jesus, man. Cork 7 on the second one. Wow.
I was hearing from riders that jump was quite hard to clear, actually.
It's actually really... I mean, I've talked to the boys and everyone says that second one is a little longer than what they expect. So it's a pretty tough one. And sending on the first run a cork 7 on that second jump, it's really impressive, man.
Wow, some big ups. The amateurs really trying to show their name, make a name for themselves here. Next rider, another rider coming from Victoria, BC.
Make some noise for our American brother.
Bryce Starling.
Bryce Starling.
That kid has some really good nuts. There you go, big backflip on the first one. What has he got on the first jump? Big tuck no-hander. Racing through the second one with a nice backflip. And then, no way, cork 7. Oh!
Just goes down on that 720.
Man, that was a banger run, to be honest. He had everything you need, all the spins.
What do you think of that 7-bomb? Oh my goodness, that's a 7-bomb. That's 2 360
7 bomb. Here we have.
Really
what
bad.
is the difference between a cork 720 and a regular 720?
So when you say cork 7, it means like you're gonna go upside down. So which is you do. It's kind of like doing a backflip 360 and a real 7. It's like you spin twice, right?
Yeah.
Like, but you don't go upside down.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between a cork 7 and a 720. But in the end, when you do a cork 7, you spin twice as well. So it's kind of like in between.
Yeah.
I'll say 720 is harder. So our next rider is
Peter Comstock from Sherwood Park,
Really
one of the
nice.
local riders here. Whoa, real nice 360 invert there.
and then a nice tuck no-hander to finish this up. This is actually our first guy that goes through. It's pretty nice. So we're gonna have a nice score, I guess.
So actually, I think we've skipped one rider, Nicholas Hilton. I think maybe that is where we got the additional wild card of Nikolai Rogatkin, or the additional add-in, potentially.
So our next rider is coming from Sherwood Park.
No. That was Peter, who just went from Sherwood Park,
sorry.
correct, and from Whitehorse, all the way from Whitehorse. So Comstock right now is sitting in first there with a 58.66. So Alexander getting ready to drop in right now, all the way from Whitehorse.
Nice boost on the first jump. Really good 360 on the second one, and he goes the opposite way on the last one. Whoa, that's impressive, man.
Nice.
2 spins, like spinning both ways is really good. Like judges will love it. That's for sure. Like it means like you got some really good skills, you know. Like spinning both ways, it's a tough one, eh?
Yeah. You know, when I was a little kid, I had no idea really like what was the proper etiquette, and I just learned to spin to the left, but I was left foot forward, so you know, I just like learned that goofy thing and figured out I could have done it better.
So this is an
regular.
opposite spin. So you can see like his right foot was backward, so it means like he spin the other way that he's supposed to be spinning.
Exactly. So it's like riding with your opposite hand. It's like if you're right hand dominant, you're riding with your left hand. It's
So here's our next one.
thing to do.
Really nice suicide no-hander on the first Huge backflip on the first one, bar spin on the second one, and what has he got on the last? Huge front flip, boom, pulls it, perfect.
That's a
Nice.
Simon all the way from Prince George, man. I mean, Canada.
Let's have a look again. Boom, front flip. I really like the way it does them, see? It's like a little corked.
Oh my goodness, another, well, almost a local boy. Calgary's not that far away. Edmonton, show some love.
So
Let's see his score.
Yeah!
the weather, the wind is a little picking up for some of the riders here. I think they're going to be waiting a tiny bit for some wind delay, but some of these amateur
Here's
riders,
again.
as we're getting down, we're about 5 riders into that top 10 amateur heat here. Oh,
My goodness, ladies and gentlemen.
Look at that.
For those of you who don't know, up here there is not a lot of space. We are 30-something feet off the ground, and there's, not much room up here, so the riders really got to be dialed.
Carr has just moved into first place there with the 60.66. So Simon Carr from Prince George. I think our next rider is going to be Scott Thornhill from Calgary.
All right, Scott, whenever you're ready, buddy.
So Scott is he is waiting for the wind. He had just started but didn't actually take the first drop in. So, from a rider's perspective, Yannick, can you give me a little insight with what we're talking about wind?
Obviously the wind always never helps to do anything, when you're in the air. So you want to have no wind in your back, right? Ooh, boom. So that was a really nice run right now, man. We had pretty good tricks.
They're just getting better and better each run, it seems.
We're just warming up.
So Scott waiting for the judges' score here.
Next up.
So yeah, you can definitely
I don't know if you guys
see that the
ready
wind
for
is
this,
picking it
man.
up there. You see the flags.
I've seen a lot of these videos on the internet.
So as you saw, we're just watching the replay of that.
Edmonton, if you make some
We did a little
backflip bar
case, so
right now,
he's gonna lose some point down there. Little case, judge doesn't like it.
this is Riley Horn, who's a local boy.
So here's our next one.
Local boy. Edmonton, make some love for your local boy.
So this is our local kid,
Riley, man, they want to see
Riley
you
Horn.
drop. Whenever you're ready, buddy.
Get somebody. GoPro's on.
Riley dropping in.
So he's with a really nice
He was going for that tuck no-hander.
backflip on the first one, little sideways, boom, front flip on the second one.
Whoa!
And then he goes a 360 on the last one, cased a little bit. I guess the wind doesn't really help on that one, eh?
No, it is tough to get your tricks out here with that wind.
But he still managed his way down, He pulled everything, he had his run down. So, I mean, for first run, it's pretty good, He has a second chance again to
Dennis, drop.
do whatever he wants to do on the first step down. So,
Matt Dennis, you drop whenever you want, buddy. Dropping in. Big 360.
Yo, Matt Dennis dropping in right there with that huge 360.
Oh my goodness.
well, if I'm honest, my friend, that was a huge flip whip.
But not quite making it down to the run. Ladies and gentlemen,
Unfortunately, he couldn't make to the second one because I guess he landed a little sideways on the first one. But no worries, bud. You have a second chance in a little bit. But sending a flip whip on the first one was pretty good, man. I mean, that kid.
I've seen you do some of the biggest flip whips, and so how gnarly is that going off that first jump?
I was actually thinking if I would be riding here, that's what I was gonna do. So I'm pretty stoked he did one. And yeah, I mean, flip whip. It's so natural for me because I've learned them years ago. So it's pretty cool. So here's our first French dude coming up, Jérémy Berthier, who has been shaping his super good line with another two French. So
yeah, Berthier is next up here. He's going to be dropping in for run one.
He's one of our wild card, right? If I'm right. All right, there you go. So nice step down. He's gonna go for a huge flat spin. He's really new for that. Nice and perfect backflip on the second one. And what is gonna last? No way! That's a new one for him. Decade. I've never seen him doing this. I'm
Really
stoked, man.
Wow, it's so perfect to pedals there.
That was a really nice run. Everything was high and perfect. He's new for that. He's new to go high and to pull everything perfect. I'm happy for him, man.
Okay, let's just take a bit of a look back at.
Look at the Decade. How perfect that was.
So perfect. Didn't even hit the cranks coming around. Landed perfectly on his pedals.
Everything was good. Wow, that was nice. So here's another French dude, Tony Rossi, all the way from Lyon. He's the main guy that shaped as well. He was on the machine to build that super good course. And he's always happy to ride the course. He's
Okay, and as we're waiting for him to drop in, we do have the top score currently is with Simon Kerr, the 60.66. So that is the score to beat.
There is Tony Rossi on the course.
Here's Tony Rossi.
Huge Superman grab on the first one. No foot canter on the second one, cranking a little bit, and then boom, huge, huge flat spin on the last one, but couldn't handle it and then crashed, but he's all good.
Yeah, looks like he's okay. He's out, show some love.
He just learned that new trick, the flat spin for him, so
Thanks for building this awesome course.
that's pretty cool that you tried, you know, because every time you come in a contest, you have some new ideas in your head and you want to try, and it's a tough one, you know. So
Yeah, that makes it difficult, I guess, about, you know, being on the contest scene as well. You start to notice everyone has these kind of runs planned out, and how are you going to really differentiate yourself on just 4 features? That's a tough one, isn't
that's
it?
a really tough one, you know, because as you said, like the big courses now we have like 10, 12 features, so it's like a little better to.
Shred it like a paper
Okay, so taking a look at that leaderboard there, Kara with the 60.66, 59.0 with Berthier, 58.66, Comstock, and Thornhill with the 49, running off the top 5 with Horn and that 48.0. But another man who's able to do this, Reese Wallace in the gate here for Shred Giant Bicycles.
Whoa, really nice truck driver. Down. Whoa, that's a really nice
yes.
backflip suicide no-hander and a no spin and he crashed.
Hard there.
Yeah, that was pretty bad one, but I think he's all right.
Oh, Reese must be bummed out to that. I think he was going for an opposite 360, or
Yeah, he was going for an oppo spin halfway through, which is pretty clever, if I'm honest. But yeah, that's really hard on, you know, as we said before, oppo spin is like, it's like super difficult. I mean,
he over-rotated that quite a bit. I almost think maybe he'd be going for like a combination in there or something. Why?
could be, let's
It
say
just
again.
seemed a bit uncharacteristic,
Overspin,
but
yeah, definitely overspin. I don't think he was going for something else, but
maybe.
definitely spin too much and then crash. But he's all good.
DJ, you drop whenever you want.
So there are going to be 33 riders in this heat, but they're weeding down, and only 12 of them are going to be going through to the finals, which is going to be happening tomorrow. So what do you think it's going to take, Yannick, to make it into that top 12?
Well, definitely, if you want to go on the final tomorrow, you have to trick every single feature on that course, you know, which means like you have to spin the first one and then do anything you want on those 3 jumps. But as far as now, we haven't really seen much people going through
No, not it.
tricking everything, so
Not exactly. I think DJ Brandt is next up in the gate there.
there you go. It did a huge 360 on the first one. A truck, no, that was a flip bar spin on the first one. Nice 360 and the flip whip. Boom! That was perfect. So there you go. That's exactly what you need if you want to go through the final tomorrow, man.
Man, being a judge would be so difficult here because you see a run like that and it almost seems flawless. But there's still, you know, 20 other riders to continue right now, and you have to think, okay, how do I not overjudge him for such, you know, that's a really difficult job, I think.
Yeah, judges is a tough one, and I'm pretty happy to be announcing here and not being over there judging. And
Let's talk a bit about our judges, actually. Who are our judges here today?
so today we have Alex Dropsy, we have Marcus Ample, we have Paul Rack, and Jerome. No, it's not Jerome Berthier, that's Béu Berthier.
Yeah, maybe.
So 3 Frenchies, and they used to be pro rider, all of them, so they know what they're talking about. And yeah, it's pretty good.
And how do the judges really, you know, break it down? Like, what are they looking for out of a
You guys
run?
got enough space out there.
Well, they're obviously looking for like style, amplitude, difficulty of the tricks, variety, and then an overall impression of it. So
Oscar
we're gonna see
Nagy.
Oscar Nagy what he got. Huge flip tabletop on the first one, flip bar on the first one, oppo spin, perfect, and a regular spin. I think he was looking for something else in the last one, but that kid has been injured for a full year. I was talking to him before, and he said he was really struggling with injuries all season long. So he's kind of like coming back.
Yeah, Oscar had a really tough season. Ended up breaking, I believe, his arm at Swatch Rocket Air in Switzerland.
And then he said he broke both of his knees doing some like stupid stuff or whatever he said.
Oh no!
And yeah, so he couldn't really ride the whole season. So he's back here. He's happy to be on his bike, and confidence is coming back. So I'm sure we will see a really good run on the second one.
Wow, tough, but really nice to see Oscar back out on form. Our next rider up in the gate, the Canadian boy, Braden Barrett Hay, kind of popped onto the scene.
I'm really hyped to see him. Huge, wow, that's insane. 360 top the hand on the first one. Huge backflip, 1 foot can on the first jump. 360 Indian air on the second one, and then he goes for double whip. Perfect, man. This is exactly what judges are looking for, you know. Variation, everything you wanted to see. Goes upside down, spin the bikes, move the legs, and everything was greasy and perfect, so boom. I'm telling you, this is gonna go up to the first spot, that's for sure.
Braden has had some hard luck with concussions in the past, and it's really nice to see him back out here in contest. Nice form, but as we were just away there, Oscar Nagy came in with a score of 67, and previously before that, DJ Brandt, but you had called it that Braden is going to move into first, so let's see how the judges play this one out. Soon we're going to be able to get a leaderboard. As you can see it here, beautiful crowd in the sunny park. Right here in Edmonton, Canada, we're in William Harold. Oh, yes, and there we go. Braden Barrett Hay
Boom, 81,
moves
man.
up 81 even.
That's a really good score, man. For first round, that's a really good score. So up next, we've got Nicolas Terrier, another French dude. This kid is super young, super talented, and he is on fire, my friend. So there you go. Huge bar spin over the first one.
Ooh,
This is the
flat
French
spin.
style flat spin that you know. 360 tuck no hand on the second one, and a flip tuck no hand on the last one. Boom, that was perfect. That was a pretty safe run for him. I know he got more on this bag, but he wants to make the point to go through. So that was pretty good.
Very, very consistent, though, as well. That's something that you really have to notice. But a
Let's
man
watch
who
again.
has consistently
Look at
been...
that flat spin, my friend.
Yeah.
This is the French signature right there. 360 tuck no hander.
That is your French signature.
I know. All these kids lives in where I'm from, Lyon, and I guess I might have helped them to maybe, you know, give them the way to do them, and everyone does them now. But I'm proud.
So, look at that. That's a familiar face. You can't really see it, but that's a familiar guy up in the gate, isn't it? Mitch Chubby. Chewbacca. The Mitch Chubby out of Langley, BC, a man who's been on the contest scene for years. I used to ride with him on like these amateur teams and stuff when we were little kids, and he's really stepped up. He's been riding in massive contests all over the world, the top things, the Cash Guy, everything, Rampage, all that stuff Mitch has been involved with.
Here we go. Flat flip down to drop, another flip bar on the first one, and then open bar spin on the second one, and he goes truck drive on the last one. Perfect, Tube. Loved it.
Yeah, Mitch Chubby. Top to bottom, he cleans that one up. Mitch is one of the riders who's always wearing a Liat brace, you know, a neck brace. What is your opinion? Do you think it helps? Do you think it doesn't help? You can get a bit controversial.
I've never wear them because I just started riding like full faces, you know, for contests. So obviously with the open face, you don't need them, you know.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've seen my friends Antoine Bizet and a couple more guys riding them, and I don't know. I mean, it's still in between. Like, do you want to ride them and don't break your back? But also, if you have them and you crash, you might broke your collarbone.
Yeah.
So it's in between still. I don't know. I guess he feel comfy with it and he likes it, but. As now wear a full face, I don't like it. I feel like I got something. I feel something is, you know, should not be there.
Of course, of course. Hey, look, we were watching Max in practice. Max May, we were saying, is one of, you know, the top German slopestyle riders. You know, we were as well talking. Mr. Party Hank has stepped out of his seat. So big shout out to Pete if you're watching. But yeah,
these two dudes rides together, right? He's Peter Henke, local boy, eh?
Yeah, of course, of course. I love these boys so much, and Max, so happy to have him out here on the scene as well.
He's probably the first German that I met that is friendly and fun. Nah, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I know.
Love Germans, all of them.
Okay.
Max May dropping in.
Maximilian May.
I know he got some really good moves coming up, man.
Yeah, he's really been on fire the last couple seasons.
Whoa, look at that one. Flip, top no hand off the first one. That's insane. Flip bar to X up one footer. Double whip, middle run, and then he goes three whip. Perfect, man. If I'm not wrong, this is gonna battle with Braden, right? The first spot, so that might be either first or second spot, if I'm not wrong.
That is a tough one. What did Braden do off the first?
He did the 360 tuck no hander, which was insane.
Yes. And that 360 Indian air, which is amazing, and then the double whip.
Yeah, you're right. I think Braden's gonna keep it.
Okay, but there we are taking a look at the backflip tuck no hander off of that first drop there.
But this is pretty good, man. I mean, you know, doing a really good run first run, it's like off your chest. You know, you feel good, you feel great. So then he's probably gonna push it even harder on the second one. That's really good feeling, man. When I do this, when it happens to me, I'm firing at the next one.
It is really nice to be able to get it out. I mean, talking format, you have 2 runs. Of course, this is the traditional style. 2-run format, best run counts. So if you get one out, it's kind of like a safety run. It makes you feel good as you jump into that next.
See, there you go. Max May second, 75 point. Boom.
You maybe should be a judge. Okay, Reed Boggs is on course there with that 360 bar spin.
Flip tuck on the first jump. Cork 7, that's a new one for him. And then he goes front bomb on the last one. Perfect. This kid is unreal, man. You know, that kid comes from Utah, right?
Yeah.
So that place is more new for like downhill and big mountain stuff.
Yeah.
And he does insane tricks.
You know the funny thing actually about him is he just moved down kind of like to, I believe he said to like the Virgin area where he's just started riding downhill bikes like a couple months ago. So he said, you know, I used to come from just jumping and I haven't really done too much downhill riding. But I really watched him at the whip-off in Whistler. Man, can that kid ride a downhill bike.
He knows how to ride a bike.
Goes so sideways as well. He's on fire.
So that was a really good run for Reed Boggs.
Okay. And as the scores are going to be coming in for that, I have a huge name on the screen. Huge name. Mr. Drew Bezanson, the crossover kid.
Reed Boggs, boom, second place, 77.666.
Reed Boggs, 77.66. So there we go. Braden Barrett Hayes still in the lead there with that 81, 77.66.
Oh my God, Drew Bezanson just went for flip bar spin on the first step down, 360 on the second jumps, shrug driver on the second one, and three whip on the last one. You know, I was talking to Drew. For him, it's really tough here today because he rides BMX and mountain bike.
Yes.
So you have to switch bike every 5 minutes.
I was thinking my schedule was tough because right after this contest, I have 10 minutes I have to run over to the BMX. But Drew's doing the exact same thing and competing in both of them. Man, they're like
insane, man. Like I've done that before. Like you have to swap bikes every 5 minutes. It's unreal. Like you guys probably can't really tell it, but coming from a mountain bike into a BMX, it's super tough because, you know, big wheels into small wheels, it's really, really, really difficult. When you spin, backflip or spins, everything goes faster and everything is easier, but it doesn't help. So, mad props to him. He had a really good run for the first one, but we know him, he has some more.
Of course, amazing riding out of the man there, the double discipline guy. Another one I'd like to see out here would be Mr. Ryan Nyquist, but I don't know what happened. I talked to him a couple weeks ago and he said he was going to come out. But we're scratching another rider off our list. Greg Watts had a back spasm, so he's not actually going to be riding in the contest right now. It was his position right now. So as you see in the gate, that is another German rider, Lukas Knopf, and we're just waiting a little bit here for the judges. They're kind of getting their act together on Mr. Bezanson's score. Double discipline. So if you're wondering what we're talking about with the BMX and mountain bike double competing, you can go watch Learning Curves there, the little series on Red Bull with Mr. Drew Bazanson. Check it out. It's a fun one to watch. And who knows, maybe we get a couple other crossovers next year into the mountain bike scene.
That'd be pretty sick, man. I mean, you know, these guys, I mean, as far as I see it, anything you do on a bike, I mean, oh, there you go. Oh, Bazanson got 4th place. This is sick. So Lucas Knopf, truck driver on the first one. Huge front off the hand of the first one. That's insane. And then he goes 3 whip on the second one. That's a banger run right now. He goes ball to whip. Oh, that was unreal. And lucky him, he missed the pedal, so that's gonna low down his score. But wow, that could have been a winning run, man, right here, right now.
Amazing riding out of these two German riders, Lucas and Max, man. They're traveling around the world together, and they're really riding so often. Third musketeer in that team, I think, used to be Mr. Hanke. But
look at that truck driver. Perfect, man.
Check out that truck and into this front flip.
I don't know how he does them ones, man.
Oh, and that last jump there, that bar spin to tail whip.
Oh, both foot came out. So, oh, that's gonna be. He's gonna lose a lot of points on that one. You know, that's something like the judges are looking for. You know, like if your foot came out.
That is the kind of like breaking point here. We're going to see so many runs that are coming so close to perfect, and how are the judges going to be able to differentiate with little mistakes like that? It's, you know, on average about a 10-point deduction for slip pedals like that. That's kind of how it goes, kind of, and it's tough for the riders, but they know that they have to have it perfect if they want to make it.
There you go. So we're waiting for the score for Lucas Knopf. And then next rider will be Paul Genovese, all the way from Canada, BC, man.
All the way from Fernie, Mr.
Fernie
Paul Genovese.
He's been stepping up his game. Really good, man. I mean, he was injured in the end of the season.
Okay,
but he's
and
back
the
on his
score
game.
here, Lucas Knopf moves into second place with a 79 even, pushing down Reed Boggs and his fellow countryman Max May. Braden Barrett Hayes still holding on to top spots there with the 81 even.
There you go, Paul. Flip tuck no hander off the drop. Flip bar on the first one. This is insane. Double combination. Double whip on the second one, and then he goes. Oh my God! Oh damn! That was an opposite spin on that one.
Yeah, it was opposite, and
truck.
he missed the catch on the bar spin there. They kind of spun halfway, I think.
That could have been the winning run for sure. Like flip tuck no hander of the first one. Look at how good he was. Full extension, perfect. And then that flip bar, that's a new one for him. He learned it like a couple months ago. And oh my God.
Bar spun halfway.
Well, that's the worst thing, man. When you like halfway through and you see your bar is not spinning, you're like, oh God.
Yeah.
And there's not much you can do about it.
And in an office spin, I mean, actually Paul is goofy foot, so
yeah, he's a goofy one.
I wasn't paying attention much to.
So here, yeah, his score won't be that good because he crashed on the last one. So let's go to the next one. And the next one is Simon Pagès, another French dude. This kid is unreal. He is so talented. There you go. Truck driver of the first one, a little bit overspin, but not too bad. Flip whip on the first one.
Oh!
And then 3 whip, who was perfect, and then just the bar spin. Oh. He must be pretty pissed because I know he had some bigger tricks on the last one, but I guess speed-wise or something must have been happened down there, but he still had a pretty good 3 tricks, so let's see what the judges think.
Here, we just
look at the overspin.
Take a look at this one.
And little bit spin too much, so then you lose some speed. He had to crank to get enough speed on the first one to do the flip whip, and see, there you go. On the 3 whip, he moved a little bit on the left, so then he didn't have enough speed for the last one. I think the wind is picking it up pretty bad now. I mean, we can feel it here, and you can see the flags out there.
You can see the honor flags right above Thomas Zaida's head there. So, from the Czech Republic, Mr. Thomas Zaida.
Thomas Zaida. That kid has been there forever.
Ages, eh?
Ages, as long as I've been there.
It's been a long time, and that takes a huge toll on your body.
There you go, Thomas Edge. You really need truck driver to X up on the first one. Double tail whip on the first one. That's pretty good. Truck to tabletop. Oh my god, he's killing it. And then he goes 3 whip. Perfect, landed it. Cased a little bit. That's gonna... He's gonna do some point on that one.
But he did hold on perfect to the pedals there. But yeah, with the case, it means he doesn't have as much fluidity into his run. But
yeah,
Zaida nonetheless doing a couple combinations there that we haven't seen.
That was a really good run. I mean, double whip on the first jump.
Yeah.
Damn, man, that's some skills right there.
So already starting off with the double combination there, 360 bar spin, and not just leaving it at that, but adding an X up. Then here is that 360 bar spin table. So adding a couple combinations to each of those.
Looks like everyone has problem on the second jump, eh?
Yeah, as we were saying, you know, some of the riders were concerned that it was a little too long, that jump. You know, a rider I haven't seen had too much difficulty with it. Another Frenchman.
Louis Rabault.
So many Frenchies out here, Louis Rabault.
I know, man. Sorry for that, but you know.
Love watching this guy ride. Absolute.
We call him
killer.
French R-Dog.
French R-Dog, yeah, that's okay. Like, I would take that nickname.
It looks like him, he has the same style. He goes so high, and he has by far the best whip on the planet.
Yeah.
So, Luis.
Amazing riding. I mean,
yeah, Luis is from Lyon. You know, I've been riding with him since he's 14 years old. I remember him coming to me and say, "Oh, you do really good tricks. I want to do exact as you." I'm like, "Man, come to my place. We'll ride together, and then we get you really good." And there it is. Getting it now. Flip. So flip on the first step down, and then it goes huge fly spin. You know, YG inflation. Sorry for that. Then I guess something happened because he couldn't really do anything. And then an oppo spin down there, man. Damn.
Louis does have it though, you know, at the Swatch Prime line in Munich. Yes, he ended up winning his first contest, I believe, a couple years ago there. It's where I saw him debut that Cork 720 of his. It really kind of stepped up his contest game. But it is much like R-Dog, you know, keep to the simple tricks, but accentuate the style, man. This is really a guy who loves styling everything out.
You will never see Luis doing like 3 double whip or even triple whip or that kind of tricks, you know. It's more like focus on styling and amplitude, and, you know, he wants to look good, man. And, I mean, I can't complain. Watching him, it's mind-blowing, you know. I love it. No worries, Luis. You will have a second chance pretty damn soon.
That is how this contest works. One run, go down. Maybe you're lucky enough to get off what you wanted in your first run, maybe not, but then you have a second chance. It's not an overall impression, it's best run counts.
And then another Frenchie, Antoine Bizet, all the way from Paris, Versailles. This is another kid that I've seen growing since day one, and he is insane. Flat. Backflip on the first one, backflip on the first jump as well.
Bizet is literally
flat spin on the second jump and a front flip on the last one. So Bizet, Antoine Bizet, is one of those dudes that can ride either a dirt jump bike or a downhill bike like no one else on the planet. He is so talented. Like, I went to his place in Versailles. He has the sickest jump you've ever seen, like the scariest thing on the planet, man. And
what do you mean by scary?
It's like they're like 2 inches wide and they're like fucking 100 foot long. They are insane, through trees and stuff. I mean, that kid got some skills. I can't wait to watch him riding Rampage, man. That's gonna be insane.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to see Bizet come to Rampage, and just it's terrifying at the same time. Actually, you're like, I don't know really what happened. Like when he built that jump for the double flip a couple years ago. Oh. Okay.
So here we are, Anthony Mazzeri, my little boy.
From Surrey, BC, Anthony Mazzeri busts onto the scene. We know.
Double truck driver off the first drop. He's the first one to doing it. Flip on first one. 3 whip.
So much aggression, this little machine.
And the front flip, tuck their hand on the last one. I love this kid, man.
Oh, banger run from Mr. Mazzeri right there.
If I'm not blind, this is a first place coming up.
Okay, yeah, starting with the double truck, actually, this is, you know, I've long stopped calling runs because I was wrong so many times. But, you know, let's see what the judges think here.
Man, he had everything on point. He didn't miss any
So
pedal.
much amplitude in that 3-whip, and the catch of the pedals just way high in the apex of that.
And he's so aggressive, man.
Yeah,
I love that
it.
style.
Love that as well, man. It's absolutely amazing to see the little kid ride.
You know he wants it.
Yeah.
You know, like he's not here for chill. He's here to win.
Have you been out to his jumps?
Yeah, I came to his jump. Was that last year? Yeah, last year, man. He had those really cool jumps in the forest that he builds at his friend's place, and now he has an airbag. He has a mulch jump, and yeah, his setup is pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Here's the score. Boom, maybe I told you, man. I guess I'm not blind.
Yannick is not blind. He is going to be
85,
joining
man.
the executive judges panel here on the FMB Tour. That's what I hear. So Anthony Missouri, he's going to be
First
moving
place,
in
man.
first spot there with an 85. Braden Barrett-Hay moves down to the second spot with an 81-0. Lucas Knopf, 79 even. That's going to round off your top three. And we have another man, our course preview gentleman, Mehdi Ghani.
All the way from France, from Lyon again. I guess something must have been good down there, you know, in Lyon. All them kids are from Lyon. I mean, I'm born and raised there, so it's a really cool place to be. If you guys come to France,
They
you
raise
should
good
visit.
gymnasts as well, don't they?
I know. Well, obviously, actually, Mehdi is not from Lyon originally. He's from Brest, which is up north. But weather was bad, so he decided to come around and hang out with us. And here he is, one of the most talented French. He is so talented, that kid. He got every single tricks on the planet that you can dream of.
Eddie has been at it for a very long time in the contest scene as well. He's really been at it, but it is only in the last, I would say 3 years that he's kind of come into his prime onto the contest scene. And now we're seeing him in every slopestyle contest, almost on top.
There you go, flipped off no hander of the first one. He was one of the only ones doing it back in the day. Cork 7 on the first one, there you go. Flip ball on the second. Oh my God, that's a run. Front tuck no hander on the last, boom. So this is hard to say, but that's first place or second place again.
Okay, that's really
believe,
tough.
man.
Everyone's going down. You're like, okay, yeah, that's first place. That one's gonna be that. It is tough. Okay, let's take a look back at what Mehdi
That
Ghani
flip
did
top
there.
no hander was insane. So as I said, he was one of the first dude a couple years ago doing it, and then
That
my
cork
God.
720 so perfect right in the middle there. But what do you think? What's bigger? What's harder? A 360 double bar spin off the drop or a backflip tuck no hander? Hey, look at
Boom.
that. Mehdi Ghani, first place. Man, you are on fire. You should start gambling. Who is playing here? I don't know. Yannick, man, you're doing so good. 89.33. Mehdi Ghani, first
Maybe
place.
Danny, so I guess you have your answer. You ask which was harder. I guess judges decided. I'm not really on them side, but whatever, man. Judges is judges. We're not gonna talk.
You called it
much
right
about
out
it.
of your mouth. You said, okay, I think that's going to be the new leader. And it is. It is.
Yeah, that was pretty damn good. So I don't know if you guys saw, but Mehdi Ghani was on a slope bike. So he had two suspension, one in the front, one in the back, and
That is way different for a course like this. I mean, on a typical, trail course, we'd just be riding dirt jump bikes with a hardtail. And you would only ride your slopestyle bike, your small travel hard suspension bike for a massive slopestyle contest.
And here we are, Brett Rheeder, Joyride winner of this year.
Speaking of slopestyle champions, the top mountain bike athlete on the planet this year, Mr. Brett Rheeder, I think we can officially call him that, just came off of the huge win.
Yeah,
in
I mean,
Whistler.
winning Whistler is like, that's what you want as a slopestyle, right? That's the growl. There you go.
Oh!
Another 360 double bonus for
Oh!
into a cork sev, and that's gonna go into
Into
a
an
no-ball cork
opposite
sev,
cork.
and into a flip bar to tuck no hander. I'm gonna say it again. That one is easy.
And
he's gonna take the lead.
Speaking about slopestyle bikes, another rider who is on a slopestyle bike.
Yeah, I mean, Brett is one of those dudes that I think he doesn't really ride his hardtail that much.
No.
Because where he lives, like, he has slopes and he can make, he can have like a really decent slopestyle size course.
And
so he's on his slopestyle. He loves it way more than his hardtail.
And I am calling officially that's first place.
Oh, 100%. And if he's not,
I called the easy one.
I'm gonna have to fight with the judges.
Well, we're right next to them, so we can get that rumble going. But oh, look at Rheeder, man, on that opposite cork 7.
Perfect that was.
Who else is doing opposite cork 7s in the game that clean? I don't know.
There you go.
There we go. It wasn't a big surprise, but a huge jump way into the 90s. 93 even Brett Rheeder.
There's a pretty big gap on
Wow,
Gannies and Rheeder.
almost 4-point difference between Mehdi and Mr. Brett Rheeder there.
More Brett Rheeder fans out there.
And who is next up in the gate? We just had Brett Rheeder, and I think this is none other than, the French hipster.
That's my mate, Thomas Lemoyne. This kid is literally sleeping in my house every night. I mean, he lives there, right? He wants to ride every damn day. He's by far the best rider on the fucking slopestyle scene, you know? He is so good on a bike. Like, I mean, technically wise, he can ride anything.
Yes.
Pump tracks, slopestyle, downhill.
That's what you see at a lot of these contests where there are multiple disciplines. Lemoyne is doing so good at all of them.
He came from a BMX race background, you know. He's been racing BMX for years, you know. He was a European champion back in the day, and he is way too good for all everyone. So truck drive on the first one. He goes 360 top 900 to bar spin, flip bar on the second one, and look at how much speed he has. He landed so easy into a front flip on the last one.
The
so as I said,
only rider, I think, who was able to clear that last jump so perfectly. And on the first jump, actually, he went really far over to the left. I thought he wasn't even going to like hold on to it, that 3-bar to tuck.
there is definitely two reasons of that. First, he is a Navy dude. He's a pretty tough guy, and he knows how to push. You can tell. See how fast he came into the last one? That's unreal, man.
Yeah.
Most of the guys were casing it or like struggling having speed. He landed halfway down. So that's, as I said before, he knows how to ride a bike. He knows how to push. He knows.
Absolutely amazing
that
riding
truck
there from the
driver.
Frenchie.
Look at, like, he didn't crank. Most of the dude cranks into it. He just pushed.
I'm saying that's maybe going to be, we should just start calling it third place? Fourth.
I'll say fourth.
What are we in with? Oh yeah, Braden.
Seventh.
Okay, so he's going to be moving down to 7th place there, Mr. Thomas Lemoyne with the 76.66. Actually tied with Reed Boggs in 6. Oh no, sorry. It is 7th place there. But the last rider up in the gate,
Nikolai
Mr.
Rogatkin.
America.
That kid is made of steel. How?
Literally made of steel. We know why, right? Have you seen his dad?
I know, I've seen it. I've seen Vlad, for sure. But that kid is unreal. Like, he crashes so many times. He always stand up, and nothing happened to him.
Built like a Russian boxer, they say. Nikolai Rogatkin on course.
Flat on the first jump, double whip. That's a classic for him. Into a Korok F-bomb on the second jump, and that's gonna go for a Kashi bomb on the last one. So yeah, this is one of the only guy that can do that trick, and he got them so easy. That's like
So
almost annoying for me. You know,
yeah.
watching this is like, oh, how come we can have them so easy, man? So
It's insane to me how easy he has some of these tricks.
I don't think that's first place, to be honest. That must be, I'll say, in between second and third. Yeah, definitely, second and third place.
Okay, so right now we're looking at 93 of Brett Rheeder in first place. Mehdi Ghani with an 89.33 and Anthony Missouri with an 85. Braden Barrett Hay with 81.
Let's watch that double tail whip for him. That's like easy as fight. And then he goes
Cork
Cork
7.
7 on the first one.
A bit off to the right there,
little
but
bit,
still
and
manages to
then-
get back and have a perfect cash roll on the last jump.
So Nikolai Rogatkin is like one of the only dude that has so many pads underneath his jeans and shirt. You can tell like he's not that strong. I mean, he looks pretty buff, he is, but you can tell he has some like foam underneath that t-shirt, you know? He has some problem with his
Spleen, yeah.
spleen. So he has a body armor now, and he has like big hokey pads underneath his jean because he doesn't want to hurt himself. But
He got a lot of flack. He got a lot of people kind of like bashing him online and everything when he first came into the scene, right? Like when nobody really accepted it very well. But you know, we all love the kid. He's amazing. I love having him on the scene. I wouldn't know it any differently now. It's nice.
That kid is so nice. I mean, like I know him since he's 14 or something when he first came to Europe, and then this is one of the nicest guys like on the scene. I'm really happy he's there.
Man,
so as we see.
Let's check this results after run one. This is how it's panned out. Brett Rheeder, the Canadian boy, on top, 93 even. That is the run that everyone is going to try and beat in run two. Mehdi Ghani, second place. Nikolai Rogakin there in third place. You called it, I think. Fourth place, Anthony Missouri. Braden Barrett-Hay, fifth place. Lucas Knopf in sixth. Reed Boggs, seventh. Thomas Lemois in eighth. And ninth place, Max May. Two German riders in that top 10 there. 10th place, Drew Bezanson. Let's see if he can pull something out of the woodworks. DJ Brandt in 11th. Thomas Zaida, 12th. Simon Pages in 13th. Oscar Nagy, 14th. And Nicolas Terrier, 15th, 16th. Mitsubi, Simon Carey. But look, you have to look at those top 12 because those are the riders who are going to be making it into the finals. So if you're making it out of that bubble spot, you have no chance making it in. All these next riders are going to be battling it out and see if they can get themselves a spot in the top 12. Make it into the finals tomorrow. If you are joining us anywhere else in the world, you want to stay connected with the FISE, you can check us out on all the social media platforms. Make sure to check us on the FISE.official page. That is FISE.official on Facebook. Make sure to hashtag your posts FISE, FISE World, and FISE Edmonton to stay involved with all the action. You can as well find us on Twitter and Instagram at FISE World. And we have a Snapchat, so you can get us FISE World Tour on Snapchat. Check us out all the social media channels, and as well, you want some exclusive video coverage, some more stuff, you can check out FISE.fr.
Up here in front of all you people. Ready to throw down some moves. How you feeling, man? He says he's snow.
We are getting ready to start run number 2 here at the mountain bike slopestyle of the FISE Edmonton. This is the 4th stop on the FISE World Tour. We're here in beautiful William Harold Lake Park in Edmonton, Canada. First time in Edmonton, Yannick?
Yeah, first time for me in Victoria, actually. Pretty happy to be here. I've always been to BC, and yeah.
Griffin Paulson. He is currently ranked 31st right now, and he is getting ready to drop in for his second chance.
There you go, tuck the hander on the first one, and then he goes backflip on the second one, and then really nice throw rip on the last one. This is pretty good, man.
Nice, nice.
Step up his game.
Stepping it up. Now, Griffin was one of the riders, one of the 10 riders from yesterday who was able to compete, and they earned themselves a spot coming in with the professionals. What would have that meant to you, you know, if you were an amateur rider and you could ride in a contest that you could go, you know, potentially compete against your top idols?
It's unreal. Like, I've been there, you know, like I had idol, and I still have some. And being able to ride with the guy that you looked up to for years, it's unreal. But that's also lots of pressure, you know, because you want to shine, you want to be good in front of them, and so it's a tough one for these kids.
And the next rider up, Nicholas Hilton from Lancaster.
All the way from the USA.
So he is currently in 26th. He had a crash on that 720, if you remember correctly, in the first run.
Oh, yeah. So then he changes.
See if we can pull it back together. Big back from Tuck No Hander there.
And there you go, the 7. Oh, again, man. He had them so, that was so close.
My goodness, he's been so hungry for that 720.
Big bummer for Nicholas.
Give it a go each one of his runs, but he just hasn't been able to.
But that's what happens sometimes, you know, in contest. You really want to pull something, and then it's not your day, though. But no worries, bud. Life is still pretty long. You'll have some more chance to do your really nice 720s. Look at that. Man. So that's what we said before, you know, it's all about the speed on the last one. Everyone is struggling with the speed, and that was one of them. If he will have push or even crank, that would have been better.
So Peter Comstock, we're going to be moving into his second run. He is currently in 19th position. We're weeding through a couple riders here. Some have decided to not go, some have, and Peter is up in the gate there. I think he's waiting for the wind a tiny bit. If you can check out the honor banners right behind him, sometimes we get a camera glimpse of it. See, they're gusting quite heavily. Right now it's at a headwind, and what would that mean for a rider, Yannick?
Well, obviously, headwind or tailwind is the best thing you can dream. I mean,
Yeah.
wind-wise, right? Headwind will stop you, you know, that's the problem. So it means you have to go faster. And go faster in between those three jumps, that's going to be a tough one because in between the transition and the leap, there's not much space, so you can't really crank that much. But I think the best way that you should do is just wait a little bit until the wind dies down. There you go. 360 kicks up on the first step down. It goes a really nice backflip, and as we said, tailwind, it doesn't help you. Like, you have to go faster.
Yes.
And as he cased a little bit on the first one, he didn't have enough speed for the first jump. And also the problem is the tailwind. The headwind is like, as the wind pushes on your face, you feel you're going faster. You think you are going faster than what you're supposed to be, you know? So that's a really tough one.
There he's going for that 360X, so didn't quite get the full click. You can see now maybe the wind was already affecting him off of the first takeoff there of the drop-in.
All right, looks like we're missing some of our riders for the second round.
And as we were hearing from our online host there, Mr.
Here from Whitehorse,
Okay, Simon Kerr, which is, I believe Simon is,
Wow, the wind is
getting
really picking it up
blown
now,
there.
you can tell. Still managed to do Taknohemda the first one, a 360 on the second jump, and then he goes an elbow spin on the last one.
Really smooth landing actually there.
That was really nice and smooth. Yeah. That was a pretty good run. I mean, that won't go if I'm not doing too bad. I don't think that will go through the final because he missed 2 tricks on the 2 first features. So
Correct. I mean, looking at our top 12s right now, 12th place is Thomas Zaida. As you remember, Thomas Zaida had massive combinations. He had that 360 bar spin to X-up off the first jump, the 360 bar spin to tabletop on the middle jump. So you are going to be having to trick absolutely every jump and make sure that your landings are perfect.
exactly, my friend. So who do we have next?
Next up in the gate should be Simon Carr. Simon Carr from Prince George. Yeah, so Simon dropping in.
There you go.
Suicide no-hander.
On the first one, and the huge backy on the first jump. He cased a little bit, still goes for a front flip over the second jump. And then he couldn't really do anything on the last one. I think the wind is really annoying for these guys.
Yeah, especially not having tons of, you know, maybe experience. Some of these more amateur riders maybe don't have all that contest experience as you guys do as the top professionals in the sport with such things like wind. Wind is so difficult for contests.
The wind changed everything, man. Because, you know, when you practice, you have your own, like, you know, like you're looking for some certain of speed and then you focus on it and then you got, like, you know the speed you have and you know the speed you need for that jump. And then if the wind comes up, either from the back or the front, that changed the whole thing. So it's a really tough one.
So Simon,
so here we go. The next rider will be Scott Thornhill, another kid from Canada.
Am I good?
So
Scott getting ready to drop in there for his run number 2.
X up off the drop, keeping it chill. Tuck no hander on the first one. He wants to go through. Flip bar spin on the second jump. Into a double tail whip. Boom, man. You can tell he went for it. Like, he wasn't really on the best position to do it, but he still went for it. That's the way to do it, man. If you want to go through the final, you have to send it the whole way. It's the second run, so if you have something in your bag that you want to show, it's the time. It's now or never. Look at that double whip. Boom, boom. Just missed one pedal, but he was. Oh, both pedal came out, but both foot came out. But that's not too bad. I mean, he didn't touch the floor.
Yeah, we're just watching some of the pros down there and getting ready for the judges to get their scores in. But in the yeah, there we go. Scott is going to be moving in with the 49, so he's going to be sitting currently in 23rd position. But our next rider up is the local bud from Sherwood Park, only 20 minutes away. The crowd is getting loud and proud for him out here. Riley Horn, he's getting ready to drop in for his second run.
Make sure the GoPro is on because you want to save that video and watch it later, put it on Instagram, and show his boys how good he is. There you go, tuck no hander off the first one. Oh my God. He did a backflip and pressed the ejectable button halfway through.
Wow, that's what it would look like if I tried a backflip bar spin.
Oh yeah. I think that would be a really good Instagram video for his friends. He's bummed, he's bummed. I mean, you know, that was the second one he wanted to show what he's got, but that's competition, man. That happened.
That is very tough luck. Completely misses the pinch there as he goes on the backflip bar spin. Super tough luck for the local boy all the way from Sherwood Park, only 20 minutes away at least. Riley Horn doing it for the locals here. So the judges are going to be putting his score in there. It isn't going to be enough for the top 12 position, as we know. But a man from Fernie, BC, Matt Dennis.
That kid is really good. Like, I've never met him before. I didn't really know anything about him, and he is incredible.
He's kind of a chirpy kid back in the day, if I remember correctly. But he is stepping up his riding.
Oh my God, truck driver of the first one cased a little bit. I don't know if he's gonna make it, and yeah.
Oh, Matt unfortunately isn't gonna be able to make it through the course.
This is the thing on those really professional kind of course. If you do something wrong, that's it. You know, you have to be 100% committed into it. You have to be good the whole way,
Exactly.
and that's what it takes, man.
Just a little mistake and run is over for the riders here today. Have to be fully on the mark and focus completely. We have some Frenchies coming up, I think.
I think we've got Jeremy
I think we do have
coming
Mr.
up.
Berthier in the gate. Looks like it.
Yeah, it is him. Yeah, he's been building that track for like a good week, and he's an amazing builder. He loves the sport, he loves digging and everything. And there you go.
Currently in 18th position, seeing if he can win himself a spot into the finals.
Backflip on the first step down, huge flat spin, and the flip tuck no hander the second one, and he's gonna go for the decade again. Boom! Look at that thing, man. This is sick.
Never seen him do that before. Like you said as well, you haven't seen him do the decades.
Learning new tricks is a big thing, man. Put it, you new tricks on a contest, that is the best thing ever, man. It's like, wow.
It's kind of endless these days. It's like you had to just keep learning, keep learning, keep learning.
Yeah, tell me about it.
How is everyone doing that? You build training facilities in your backyard, I hear.
You have to, right? You have to be practicing every day now if you want to be on the top, staying on the top of the game, you know, you have to be riding every single day. So you rather have some jumps in yo-yo. So there we go, another Frenchie, my friend Tony Rossi, who is the boss. If you give him a machine,
You give him machine, he is able to use it, isn't he? He's like he is the machine of the builders.
Yeah. He's been using the machine since he's 15 and totally love the sport, totally a passionate kid and super stylish kid. Give him a downhill bike, you'll be mind-blowing.
Yeah, amazing actually. I've ridden with him a couple times in Whistler.
So we're still waiting for the score of Jeremy.
Antonio Rossi. There we go. The Edmonton crowd is getting loud a bit. Still waiting on some scores here from our slacking judges. It's all in good fun with our boys next to us. It's nice. I'm not usually having the judges right beside me.
It's pretty good.
We don't see how stressed they are.
Yeah.
Usually, they look like confused children trying to find their way home from school.
So there you go. Tony Rossi is about to drop in.
Okay, Mr. Rossi, run two.
Little seat grab into a really nice Indian street grab into a flat spin on the second one, and then what is he gonna get? Bar spin on the last jump.
So you saw he didn't really have enough speed for that last jump there. He over-rotated the flat spin on jump 2. Had to just kind of bust out a low bar spin.
Yeah, he lose the low speed on the second jump, that's for sure. So then he couldn't really do. I think he was gonna go for a front flip, if I know him.
Oh, I love those tricks.
Yeah, man, that's kind of like annoying. I'm missing those tricks, you know, like all the Superman C grab, all the grabs and stuff. Like,
I know.
But now, like, these days, if you want to be on the top score on a contest, you can't do them anymore. Like, you have to do spins plus like different options and combination of tricks. But whatever, you know. So we got Reese Wallace next one. We're gonna stick waiting for the score of Tony Rossi.
Tony Rossi is.
So here we go.
Be actually holding on to his first run score there, I believe. But Reese had some trouble on the middle jump.
Reese dropping in. Big flip on the first, 360 on the second one. He's keeping it chill and easy. An open spin on the last one. So this won't be enough to go through the final, but that could have been a pretty good run if he would have pushed a little harder on tricks.
Yeah, I think maybe, you know, he had some big stuff coming in run 1, and he had a hard crash, and maybe, you know, he just said, okay, now I'm a bit sore. He had landed previously yesterday really hard on his elbow, crashing on a front flip. So he bounced off his bike and landed on the concrete.
Jesus.
And so I think maybe he was feeling a little sore today. Hey, there we go. Reese Wallace. At least he got a full run in. He's definitely going to improve his score from run 1. It's not going to be enough to make it into the finals. He's going to be sitting in 23rd position with a 51.66. And Mr. DJ Brandt, I believe there, is sitting with the 73.33. 73.33 in 11th position. So currently DJ Brandt, he is almost on that bubble position. There are many riders in this 32-man heat that are able to bump him out of that qualifying spot.
Oh, good lord. Really nice 360 into a flip whip on the first jump. He goes 360. He's going to miss some speed. Oh, my
DJ
God.
Brandt, we saw he was coming up with too little speed on that last jump.
I like that.
Still went for the flip bar, though.
I love it. He knew it. He knew he was going to be short, but he still went for it. That's what you call ascender.
Ascender. Bender the sender. Now, DJ Brandt, actually a very stylish cat. He's going to be sticking for sure with his first run score there of the 73.33. We're going to see if that is enough to hold 11th position, or if someone like Mr. Oscar Nagy, the Hungarian rider who's coming back from massive full season of injuries, is going to be able to bump his way
into the top 12 here. Oscar Nagy on course. Whoa!
Flip tabletop off the first drop. Flip ball to one can on the first jump. This is some Brandon Semenuk tricks right there. Opo spin on the second jump into a regular spin on the last one. I think he is gonna be pissed. Because you can tell he had some banging tricks coming up.
Mr. Nagy, we knew he wanted a couple more there. Started off really, really strong with the first jumps. But I do not think that is going to be enough.
No, they won't be enough for the final, that's for sure. But as you said, he had a really good two first trick. Look at that flip bar to one can. This is influence from the boss himself, Brandon Semenuk. Oh, there it is.
So Mr. Bradenberg, hey, a guy who was sitting on that first place, you know, that hot seat for so many positions here in run one. He's currently now in 5th position with an 81 even. Bradenberg, hey, dropping in for run two.
And another 360 tuck. Now this is insane, man. He's not gonna improve that one. He didn't get. Oh my God!
Opposite 360 tuck no hander.
That's insane, man. He's been doing his own work, man.
Definitely picked up some new sponsors in the off season. He's on Mongoose bikes this year.
Good on him, man. Good on him, because he had a really bad crash in Joyride. Was that 2 years ago?
Yeah,
2 years ago.
3 years ago, I think. Actually, he had
Even
a
3 years ago?
horrible crash. Came in as a wild card. Crashed off the first drop. Got wind blown way further than he expected, and had a really bad concussion. And had such a hard time recovering from that, and having to relearn everything again.
So that's really good to see him again on the bike and killing it, because he is killing it right now.
Back in action, but he is probably going to be staying, I think, with his first run score there as well. First run was amazing. It was with an 81, but we have Nicolas
Tellier dropping in. Here we go, bar spin off the drop. He's the only one. A nice flat spin tabletop into a truck driver on the second one. And a really nice flip wave, holds it together. This is nice, man. See, that's one of those only kid as Thomas Lemar that could actually go through the line without cranking. And judges loves it.
With a, right now he's in 50th position, so we're gonna have to see if he is able to move up.
Oh, he will definitely.
You guys are having a good time. Don't come here tomorrow.
I'm saying it right now. This is 11th or 12th.
11th and 12th. You're really quite confident on these. I am saying between Mr. Paget, Zaida. I might say that it's even.
Let's see score.
I bet that could even get into 10th position there. But Mitch Chuby back up into the gate as we're watching the screen. Mitch Chuby out of Langley, BC. Ridden with this kid since he was, I don't know, 12 years old. And we've been having fun the whole time, and he is the one who has been stepping it up on the contest scene. He's gone through a whack load of injuries as well. Double duty team manager of Morpheus Cycles. Student for Adidas Eyewear, Maxxis Tires, Gyro, Raceface, Morpheus Bicycles. You name it, he's on it. It's Chuby dropping in for run two. Let's see if he can get this. Oh, slow backflip off that drop there.
Really nice flip bar. And the flip whip of the second one. Oh, this is always been a problem for him, flip whip.
Flip whip to seat bounce. I don't know why.
I don't know, Chubacks.
And as Chub was going down, we had the score of Mr. Tellier came in 14th position. That is not going to be enough to make the finals, so unfortunately for Nicola.
So let's see Chubac again. Little case on the first one. Flip bar, but was, oh no, that was pretty good. But then he didn't push into the second one, which he should have done it. And then the classic Tube, seat bounce, flip whip. That's how we got it. The flip whip, Chubac flip bounce.
Flip whip to seat bounce.
A flip whip bounce.
The flip whip bounce.
So that won't be enough for final, that's for sure. See you later, Tube.
Unfortunate there, but Mr. Max May, 9th position. I'm saying this is some of the top German riders. Max May and Lukas Knopf. They really stepped up this last year. These kids have been on fire. They've really been like pushing through the amateur scene and everything. I mean, Germany is such a huge mountain bike dominated industry. It's so amazing that we don't have more slopestyle.
Oh my God! Flip top, no hander. Double tail whip on the second one. First one, sorry.
Oh, opposite double tail whip.
And the 3-whip.
Oh, it's
my
so
God.
perfect. Max May, so perfect catching that last
Killing
flip,
it,
that
man.
3-whip. Absolutely
on the
killing it.
ninth.
So he was sitting with a 75.66, 9th position. Definitely moving up after that.
At least going up to, I'd say 6th.
Yeah, I bet he's going to be bumping out Lucas into 6th position there.
That flip tuck no hander off that first drop was unreal, man. And look at that. Double whip.
Into the opposite double whip.
And then really nice 3-whip. Boom, boom. Locked on.
Make some noise for Reed Boggs.
Little cheering for the crowd.
Max must be pumped on this one. We're going to have to wait and see the judges' scores. So tallying everything up. Our crowd is getting pumped for the next man in the gate, I believe, is going to be none other than Reed Boggs. As the runs are getting more difficult, it is getting longer and more difficult for the judges. Oh, we are right. 6th position. Max Mays bumps into 6th
I should
position.
be a judge, man.
Pushes his teammate out of 6th position. So now it's a battle of the German boys. Who can?
To be honest, that was fair enough. That was really good.
Very, very
Reed
fair
Boggs from the USA.
Okay, Reed Boggs drops in there with that 360 bar spin.
Jesus, flip tuck, flip ball to tuck in there. And the cork 7 on the second one is...
Oh, that was
And that was a front flip on the last one. Man, that was
smasher of a run as well.
a banger run. What is he on? 8th.
8th position. Can he bump out Max, you think? Can he bump out Braden?
That's a tough one. That opposite trick these days really scores high. But look at that truck driver, that was perfect. Max May did a flip tuck, so that's pretty much the same. And then flip ball to tuck, that wins.
Does he spin goofy-footed?
Yeah, he does. He's a goofy. So if I'm honest, he should be in the lead. He should beat Max. But once again,
okay,
I'm not a judge.
But you're doing quite good here today, man. If this was horse racing, you'd be making millions.
Damn.
Drew Bezanson, though, up in the gate. He's had a hard season, BMX and mountain bike. He was out at FISE in Denver and ended up injuring his back on an exercise ball in the hotel before the run.
The BMX superstar. Drew Bezanson actually... Wow, Reed Boggs up to 5th, man. Look at that.
Reed
Told you, man.
Boggs right there. That run did bump out Braden, but it's all about Red Bull Trek Star.
That's a flip bar spin off the first drop. That's insane. Keeping it chill and smooth on the first jump. Just a nice flat spin. 360 bar to X up on the second one. And another barrel roll backflip.
Opposite barrel? I don't know. Maybe it just doesn't. So,
Well,
Mr. Bezanson.
If I'm honest, that won't be enough to be top 12 for the finals.
He is staying currently in 10th.
Oh, damn.
So
All right.
he has almost solidified a spot. I mean, he could get bumped into the bubble, but I do not believe he's going to be moving past Mr. Lemoine. But that flip bar.
But you still have Simon Pages that's coming, and Thomas Aja as well that could beat him, and Anton Bizet.
Yeah, but let's go back up to the top. We'll leave all that political judgment up to the judges here who are paid the high bucks. I see a red helmet in the gate, and I think that is none other than Mr. Lukas Knopf. His teammate, the German man Max May, just bumped him out of his 6th place position. So now Max is currently sitting in 8th place. Pardon me, Lucas is currently sitting in 8th position right now. Let's see if he can move up, improve his score. It's not really necessary. But
Now
let's see.
he could even just step up his game just to, like, you know, get comfy for tomorrow or just chill. But he has his music on, so
Whoa,
I'm guessing he's
double
gonna go
bar.
for it. And you can tell he's going for it.
360 double bar, front
3
flip
whip into the
top.
last one, and he goes. I think he had a truck driver into a 360. No, a truck into a whip. 360 bar
That's
to
what he
whip.
wanted on the last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for tomorrow to see that one. So that'll be enough for him to.
Seen huge combinations out of some of these German kids.
So we take a look back at some highlights in his run.
Look at those front bow, man. He got them so good.
Front flip tuck, such big extension on the no-hander there.
He got them really good. And then he goes into something that we won't see today.
Next boy from Fernie, BC. Young man Paul Genovese. He is currently sitting in 24th position.
That kid is on fire and he wants it, man. He's hungry. He came to my place in the beginning of the summer and he was practicing and practicing every damn day.
And rightfully so, he's been doing incredibly good in the contest scene. You guys are checking us out online around the world or anywhere else and you want to stay connected, you can make sure that you follow us on all social media channels.
There
We'll
you
back
go.
to that in a second though. Let's lay out for this run.
The flip bar again into the double whip. There we go. And what you got on the last one? That Opel truck driver that you wanted to do before. Boom, man. That's a banger run. That is a really good run. He had everything. Opel spin, flips.
I believe he's goofy foot.
He's a goofy
for
footer.
whip. Or is it?
He's a goofy rider, that's for sure.
And
Look at that
so
flip
look
bar,
at that
man.
3 double bar spin.
Got some serious moves, Edmonton, so if you make some noise, he might calm down.
It's like you do a backflip, do the bar spin, you catch it, and then you do another bar spin.
You don't have to make noise when I tell you to make noise. You make noise whenever you want. You're free.
Boom, man. Stoked for him. He wanted to do it really hard, so I'm happy for him. This is where was he before?
24th position.
Oh, he's definitely
so
gonna be in the top
definitely
12.
going to be moving up.
I
Hopefully.
would say.
I don't
he's
know.
gonna be a 9th.
I bet he's going to be in 10th. Oh, not
13. What? Judges must be blind.
Oh, so as we just got our scores in
There we go.
here, he is not going to be making the cut. You can see there, Genovese in 13th,
Just out of the bubble.
just misses the bubble.
Simon Pages. Oh my God, Simon Pages, Frenchie. Another
Over-rotate a bit again on that.
truck driver, a little bit of over rotate. Flip whip into.
Oh my God, almost off the landing.
I'm bummed for him because that kid has been working like
Almost-
no one else.
Almost took out our Facebook Live camera. Our cameraman was just on course. And he's been working incredibly hard in the off-season, you said.
Yeah, that kid really wants to be part of the top dudes, and he deserved it, and he has the potential. He just hasn't put it together yet. But I have no worry for him. He will do it sooner or later. But that won't be today. So Simon Pages, who was 14th, he's gonna stay there.
And now we have the man who is on the bubble, the guy who is defining who comes in to the finals tomorrow. All the way up in the gate there, it's Thomas Zaida. Zaida has been on a road trip with his girlfriend around Canada.
He went up to Alaska, right?
They rented an RV. They've been in Alaska, man. I want to go to Alaska so bad. I think that's so cool.
how come you're Canadian and you've never been up to Canada, to Alaska?
Do you know how far that is?
I don't know. It's like me being a French guy, never been to Paris.
That's like saying that you're a French guy and you haven't been to Russia.
Whatever, Thomas Aja dropping. Oh my God, 360 whip off the drop. That's
and that Superman
insane.
whip. Okay.
What was that? Flip tabletop. Oh my God, that's a really good one. He's hype. He's stoked, man. I would be if I would pull a 360 whip off that first drop. I'll be really happy like him.
Absolutely amazing. That's probably the biggest trick that we're going to see off that drop in the whole contest, I think.
If we will have the best trick, that will be the best trick of the day.
360 tail whip off the first drop. Let's see if we can get a look at that one. But right now, Zaida is sitting in 12th position. He is on the bubble. So I do believe with this trick here, check that perfect 360 whip. And doing it so early, I mean, that's the first jump in your run. Do you think that the judges score higher for such a trick?
Definitely. I mean, judges are looking for variation and like big tricks, and like you have to be different to everyone, right? So Zaida showed us that he has the potential to do different stuff. The only thing I'm worried about is like he has done the biggest trick on the first one, but then he was kind of like not pushing it too hard on those 3 jumps. So I believe that is not.
Oh, scores in. He moves up 2 positions. Zaida is in 10th position right there, 75.33. So Zaida has solidified himself a bit more, but there are still 7 riders to go. Any one of them could be bumping him out, including this one, Mr. Louis Rebaud. 22nd.
So let's
right
Rheeder all the way from France, Lyon. The most stylish Frenchie out there. Louis Rebaud going up.
The French R-Dog on course.
Flip tabletop on the first one. The classic flat spin on the first one. So high and so beautiful. Flip whip out. Little foot came out, and then a little tuck no hander for the boys. He knew he didn't.
Still always having so much fun, this guy.
Yeah, he loves biking, man. That kid loves biking more than anything else. He doesn't really care about contests, but he just wants to be on his bike.
And always so much fun to see a guy like that. You can see just, it's in his expression as he goes down course.
Look how high he went, man.
If he messes up on a trick like this, like next one where he dabs a foot on this flip whip, you see he misses the front foot, dabs, whatever. Goes off the next one, nice tuck no-hander, sailing at the crowd. Still a big smile on his face, having a laugh.
Loving it. So yeah, Louis Rebaud unfortunately won't make it to the final tomorrow.
But another rider who's in the gate, as we look down the list, it's probably going to be Bizet.
Antoine Bizet, who has been killing it this year, man. He had one contest, if I'm not doing wrong. He has so many tricks, and he's one of those only dude on the planet that can do like tricks both ways, He learns a tricks, and on the next hour he learns opposite way. So there you go, flip, tuck the hand off the first drop, flip bar on the first one, opposite flat spin on the second jump, and into a cash roll on the last jump. There you go.
Yes. Okay, and as I'm looking at these lists, he is the only rider actually who can upset this qualification. I mean, this semifinal is the top 12. So he is the only rider right now who is able to bump out the 12th place of DJ Brandt there.
He will.
Definitely with that cash roll and that opposite flat spin.
Yeah, he is in for sure. He will be 11th. Yeah,
so
11th.
we take a look back. There's that backflip tuck no-hander off the first drop, backflip bar spin, then into this opposite flat spin, and that cash roll.
Bizet went through a lot of injury this year as well. He broke his collarbone a couple of weeks ago.
Bizet has gone through injuries his whole career. It's insane to me.
His whole life.
Oh.
He's a warrior.
Yeah.
And true story, man. He broke his collarbone a couple of weeks ago, and then he literally just came into Louis Rebaud place a day before he flew here, and he did a couple tricks, and he's like, "Oh, this is enough. I got a couple tricks before flying to the contest. I might just go." So he didn't practice nothing before even like a day before he came. He didn't practice at all. And like the night before we flew, he said, "Oh, I might just come." And he booked a ticket and just came.
Oh, scores
Boom.
in, like we said, 9th position. He has solidified officially now a spot in the finals for tomorrow. So like you were saying, he just booked himself a ticket out, and he for sure made that trip worthwhile.
That cash roll on the last one gave him a lot of points.
Tons of points, and Mr. Missouri is back on top. 5 riders
Mr.
left.
Missouri.
This is your 4th place. Oh, 360
truck.
double bar.
Off that first step. Oh my god, he goes for it. Flip bar to tuck. Front tuck, no hander. Oh my god. Oh, wow, that's a new one for Missouri.
Was he going for a cork 5?
No. He just learned cash rolls.
Oh!
Yeah, he's not quite ready for it, but that's a really good, that's a good time to try some stuff, like he had a really good first run, he knows he is in the final, so
Definitely.
he's like, might as well give it a shot to see if I can do it. If he could do it, then that's confidence for tomorrow,
Honestly though, that could have been like a cool little 540 to roll back.
Yeah, it looked like he was gonna go 540. But yeah, he's all
Mr. Missouri,
good.
always a guy who tosses, surprises us out here in the contest.
Love watching him. So up next, we've got the Frenchie Medigani, who is actually on the second spot right now with 89 points. He's gonna be chilling out. I know him. He knows he's on the final. He's maybe gonna try some stuff. Let's see.
This could be a practice. Oh, big cork 7 off that first one.
Truck driver of the second one in. Oh my god! Front flip bar spin.
That was an amazing run.
Do you know how hard is that trick, man?
No, because I still have never even been able to wrap my head around doing a front flip into a foam pit. Like, I'm still too scared.
Front flip bar spin is unreal, and he has them so dialed. So yeah, I was wrong. He wanted to try some stuff to make his confidence up high for tomorrow. Cork 7 was a little short. Look at that. You have to grab your seat, you have to brake, you have to do so many things to do that tricks.
We saw a couple guys here just go for it. Like Anthony was really going for it in his last run, and Medi has definitely just stepped up from his first run. And I think that could be due to the potential weather forecast for tomorrow. I mean, if the weather is bad for tomorrow, which it is saying that it's going to be gusting wind, they are going to be taking the results of the semi-final, and this is going to be the finals now. And that is potentially what could be going through their heads.
Brett Rheeder coming up.
Okay.
Double truck up the first step down.
Whoa!
And a really nice cork.
It's so
And now
twisted.
switch cork 7, the second one, and he goes. Double backflip!
Oh, that is new.
God.
I have never seen Rheeder do a double.
I've never seen him in either. Wow.
Oh, Rheeder's still pulling it out of the woodworks. Never seen him do a double. Never seen him try one even.
Oh my god, that kid is unreal. He learns
just
tricks every 2 days.
Dude, just like the biggest combinations in the sport. Cork 7, opposite cork 7, double flip.
How did he have the speed from? Where did he get the speed from?
Yeah, I have no idea.
We need to see. Maybe he had a boost somewhere. Maybe he had a button on his bike.
Little jetpack button. Must be those clip bars.
I would love to see it again.
Well, it's definitely not an energy drink. Okay, there's that
Double truck.
double truck into the
Into
cork 7. Look at how twisted he gets on his body here.
He got them so weird, but so good at the same times. And then look at that. He didn't even push that hard.
No, and it's so perfect, and on a slope bike, on a dual suspension.
That's what you got when you're so good, my mate.
Oh, so of course, Mr. Rheeder was already in first place, and he's going to be bumping up, I bet, with that score. But we have
What
one other. Oh yeah, actually, he did move it up 3 points there. Take a look. He moved it up 3 points there to a 96. A 96 from Brett Rheeder.
96. Oh my god, that's insane.
Can't really get any better than that. Mr. Lemoyne right now, though, he's in 10th position. That's what we're talking about.
So he's pretty safe for tomorrow, but he wants to try some stuff. He's been practicing in my place every damn day, and he knows he's got some more. Let's see what he's up to.
Mr. Lemoine.
Again, it's just the semi-final.
Okay, there's that 360 bar spin. Lemoine on fire. 360 tuck to bar spin.
Flip bar on the second one. That's what I'm talking about. And then a front flip tuck, no hand on the last one.
Oh,
There
do
you
you
go.
think he wanted to push his score up? Because I think he did. That seems better than a 10th position to me.
Definitely. He's gonna, I'll say, up to 6, man. I don't know, Max had Axel, he had a really good run, but well,
I think that could even to me be like 5th. Fifth or 4th even if I look at the replays here. Amazing riding from the French rider.
He's getting ready to drop in.
everything looks so easy when he rides, it's unreal.
Absolutely unreal.
It was pretty amazing. Now he's up here for a second.
Let's see what the judges says.
Edmonton, make some noise for Nikolai.
Nikolai Rogakin though.
Coming all the way from USA.
This is going to be your last rider of the semifinals here for the FISE World Edmonton mountain bike slopestyle contest. Nikolai Rogakin getting ready to push through for run number 2.
We love the mountain biking. Edmonton, I know you love mountain bikes.
The wind is really pushing right now, you can tell up there.
Totally, man. I mean, there's
All right, Nikolai.
Just hanging on to make sure that all the wind conditions are perfect for the riders.
Good God, Thomas Lemoine went up to 4th place.
Yes, I was
You were
right.
right, you were right.
For once. Okay, and
I don't know what we're going to see. My goodness.
here we go. Nikolai Rogakin. Can he improve his position from 3rd place right now?
Flip on the first one, double triple whip on the
Triple
first
tail
jump.
whip.
Cork 7 on the second one. Oh, and he washed out.
Ooh, bummer for Nikolai Rogakin. He's going to have to hold on to his first place there, to his first run there with
He's okay.
the 87.
Give it up for Nikolai.
He's alright, he's okay, he's just bummed, but no worries, bro, you have it tomorrow.
All right. Well, what you think
So
of
that was an insane first.
And that was our last rider of the day, Nikolai Rogakin. You can see the disappointment and deflation in his emotion right there. He's on the ground, bummed out that he washed out on that course 7 there, but there is always a chance we can host this one again tomorrow. If the weather does permit, we will be back in action tomorrow for the MTB Slopestyle Pro Finals at 1 p.m. We are going to look at some full results here. So in first position, of course, you have none other than Brett Rheeder with an outstanding 96. Don't know how you can get any better. Mehdi Ghani with that 89.33. Nikolai Rogakin, 3rd place there with his first run score, 87. Even Thomas Lemoine with an 86. Anthony Missouri, 85. And Reed Boggs in that 6th position. Braden Barrett-Hayes, 7th. Max May, 8th. And the 9th, another German rider there, Lucas Knopf. Antoine Bizet, 10th place. Thomas Seide, 11th. And rounding off your top 12, Drew Besançon with the 74.33. Then moving into the 13th, DJ Brandt, and onwards into 19th, Jeremy Berthier, 20th, Simon Capel. And onwards, 32 riders. That was a strong semi-qualification. 32 riders down to 12th. That was a contest. If you're joining us anywhere in the internet lands, you want to, maybe follow Yannick, you can always follow Yannick on social media. He would love to have the additional followers. As well, though, you can follow FISE, right? FISE is online. Yeah, you can find them at fise.officiel. That is the Facebook page. If you want to join us on Twitter or Instagram, the handle is at FISE World As well, you can join us on Snapchat, get some very exclusive coverage and insight athlete bios, and we're going to have some athletes taking over the feeds on Snapchat. That is at FISE World. And as well, you can join us, FISE.fr, for any other further video content. Let's have a look right now at Brett Rheeder's second run. We'll break it down for you. What do you have to do in a slopestyle to get 96? This is how he bumped up his score here. 3 points, starting off with that 360 double bar.
Into a really nice cork 7, regular cork 7, into an opposite cork 7, into a new one for him, the double backflip. He has them so dialed, man. That was an incredible run. So that's a new,
absolutely incredible, and a new trick there.
New tricks for him that's gonna add into his bag of trick next year.
So that means finals tomorrow is going to be tomorrow the 18th. That is Sunday here at 1:10 p.m. We're starting the MTB finals. But there is more action, of course, today. Sticking around, that is going to be the BMX and the skateboard. But our next stop here for the FISE is going to be in Chengdu, China, October 28th to 30th.